Hello.
I'm sorry, that music was like, okay, take me to church.
I felt like I was at the end of a sermon.
I'm sorry. Anytime I hear that little organ, it takes me straight back.
Yeah.
It takes me straight back, and not in a bad way. Because I like the organ.
Me too.
It's a good.
It's
Okay.
a great,
Before we start,
instrument.
I feel like this is important. Top 3 instruments. Go.
What?
Top 3 instruments of all time. Go.
Bass guitar.
I'd say drums, bass, and sitar. Sax is up there too. Sax is definitely up there.
I've got xylophone.
Ooh, my three, the steel drums, the sitar, and I really fucking love a harpsichord.
Oh, yeah.
I love a harpsichord.
For the table, may I simply bring up the accordion? The accordion smacks. It's amazing.
I really like the one-man band with the accordion and the cymbals between the knees and the
He's doing it all by himself.
Yep.
Yeah. I respect that.
I respect the grind.
I respect that. Well, hello everybody. Let us know what your favorite instruments are. This is not going to be about instruments or music. It'll be about the opposite.
Yeah.
Things that don't make you happy.
Autumn Calabrese. And her boof-ass meals. I'm so sorry.
I want to just laugh at something really quickly all together.
Okay.
Because Autumn loves to tell us that we need to be consistent, and that if we're not consistent, we're not following our dreams. Well, okay, Autumn, this podcast has not been updated since 2021. What?
No, I thought you said the next year.
No, 2021. 2021 was the last time it was updated. So if Autumn ever wants to tell you that if you're not consistent, you're a loser, you can remind her of her podcast.
Yeah.
Her words.
Not
mine.
Have you that was like when the pandemic sort of like started easing off, like restrictions. So she's like, I don't have to entertain people anymore in front of a screen.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye. See you later. Have you been keeping up with Autumn recently? Do you know what's up with her?
What's the 411?
What's the 411? Because I have not been keeping up with her lately. I'm going to be completely honest.
I don't think anyone has, to be honest, because I know Claude's been. I've seen Claude around. She's awful.
Claude's the worst. Claude is somehow like meaner than Autumn.
Oh, way meaner.
And like more fat phobic.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't think was possible, but apparently it is. I actually did get some screenshots from, I think it was an Autumn Calabrese Facebook group, and people were concerned about the hormone conversation.
Oh.
They were like, I don't think that you are equipped to be talking about this. Like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm sorry, look at this. Very proud moment when I could take a bikini picture after I ate something. She's like, I was surprised with my muscle definition. And then the end, she's like, I'm working hard to write a hormone health program.
I'm curious, if you're struggling with hormone issues, can you imagine? Look at this.
Sorry, I'm just checking in on her gram.
That's about the bikini picture.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's not a hormone expert. She's barely qualified to tell you. She's not qualified to tell you how to exercise. She can tell you how to dance. That's it.
Why don't you be a choreographer, Autumn? That's more up your lane.
Oh, she's got some spiels up.
Oh, she sounds angry in the.
Look. Oh, she's swinging her bag.
Show him. Look at that. Look at the swivel.
She's swinging her bag on her arm.
The bangs. Oop. You know she's mad. You know she's mad. 4-week
gut protocol.
4-week gut. there's 11,000 members in there and she has 955,000 followers. So that makes me feel better. Not hormone expert. We love a pun. We love a pun. Well, thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate it. And if you have any, I know Christina has some Beachbody experience. So following along a little bit more with Autumn, let us know.
And I think Lynn definitely, because she would have been following DC and the Snark crew. So Lynn will have us covered there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look, I've been keeping an eye on Optavia. We've got our bingo on Sunday, and I've got some very confusing top fails from Doug Wood.
Yeah.
Confusing.
Very confusing.
Really?
They're hitting it hard. They're hitting it hard.
Huh.
He before was like the Ozempic shot is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And then in a post, he basically admitted that he used it.
Oh.
So he's just a total fucking hypocrite. How the fuck am I supposed to believe anything he says? Sorry for the 2 cuss words too early in, but
I know.
I'm sorry.
Pinch an inch BS.
I'm sorry. It's pinch an inch. Okay.
Pinch an inch BS.
You just sound insecure.
Yeah.
That's right. Ew.
Yeah, I've had a few people send me some things, so we're excited about bingo. 7 p.m. PST on. No, it's actually 9. We changed the time.
Yeah.
It's 9 p.m. PST on Saturday, and then if you're closer to Australian time, I think that would be 2 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. Australian time on Sunday. So come hang out with us. Oh, real quick thing. I'm going to put this in the chat. Here is a template to send a message to different representatives of the International Court of Justice. They are going to be hearing a case regarding Israel. And it's really important that you let the justices know, like, you've been seeing a lot of horrible stuff, a lot of horrible headlines, a lot of horrible things coming out on social media, and that it's important that we take a stance against this. So there's a template. It has all of the emails that you need, and all you have to do is put your country of just replace a few things in the template, because it just says like your name in brackets. So you just have to change that. But it literally takes not even 5 minutes, and it could make a huge difference. So I'm putting that in both chats.
Well, we had I've got my Not a Date to Celebrate shirt on because we have what's called Australia Day coming up, and that is like when white people first settled. So it's a day of mourning, a day of protest for Australia. But they just had a big win because our major supermarket, Woolworths and Big W, have pulled all their Australia Day celebration stuff.
Good.
Hey.
Good.
Hey, let's go.
And I imagine that's going to make so many people angry, but fuck them.
They can stay angry.
Whatever.
Actually.
Stay angry. Because those are the same people that say that we're too sensitive about these issues. Yeah. So you just stay mad, and then I can laugh at your face when you call me sensitive later.
Yeah.
Apparently it's before 8 a.m. for Lynn, so the cussing before 8 a.m.? Oh. See, I'm cussing the moment I wake up. I'm like, shit, fuck, where are my glasses? Because I can't see anything. Oh, apparently the Portion Fix group is wild and unhinged. We would love to see. Because, I did get a comment the other day, like, say whatever you want about Autumn, but her Portion Fix program is awesome. I'm like, you're not going to get me to say that. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. If that's your opinion, great, but that's, like, against scientific opinion, so.
Yeah, Brianna Jade has a video on the Portion Fix, and it seems terrible.
Horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And anybody who's talked about the Portion Fix has talked about having to recalibrate their relationship with food afterwards. So even if it doesn't get into like ED territory, it is still harmful, and people still need to like figure out how to live healthier lives afterwards. And they join Beachbody to live a healthy life. So that's why we're against this shit, because it's fucked up.
And anyone who's been to a thrift store has probably seen portion fixed container.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Next to all the Tupperware.
Yes, that's where I get my Tupperware from.
Good
From
for
the
you.
thrift store.
Secondhand. See, that's where I think you should get clothes too. Personally, go to the thrift store. You know, you are saving so much like waste if you're not like getting stuff from Shein all the time. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's a whole other.
That's a whole other can of worms.
Whole other
Oh
can of worms.
gosh, yeah,
Mhm.
fast fashion.
Ugh, the worst, nasty. Anything else before we wanted to kick off the podcast? Oh, we have a podcast.
Ooh, we
do have a
do.
podcast.
We do. So you can listen. I put it in the description so you can check it out. Our newest episode should be out tonight. Probably after this, I'm gonna fix the fixes that I need to make, and then it should be up. So check it out. We just put out a mini, our first bonus episode with a 2023 yearbook. So yeah, lots of fun. And there's gonna be a big trigger warning for Christina's message. So if you need to look away from the screen, mute for a second, take care.
Trigger warning for what?
For eating issues, problems with
Disordered eating.
Disordered eating. Yes, thank you. Yeah. It's so awesome. Like in a sarcastic tone, it helped me land right back into my ED and effed up my hormones and metabolism, according to my doctor.
Yeah, isn't that just great, guys? Don't we just love that?
Don't we love it?
Doesn't that sound amazing? Doesn't
Is the
everyone
person
want
who
that?
is the hormone expert? Is that a
Yes.
endocrinologist?
Endocrinologist?
Yes, endocrinologists are hormone people. Yes, because I just went to one. So
I'm sorry.
I'm effed up, dude.
I know. That's why I'm like, I'm sorry.
Dude, I think I have night sweats.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say my age. I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
Okay? Should not be having night sweats, but whatever. It's fine.
I did think I was like perimenopausal when I was overseas in the UK when I was traveling, because it was winter time, and I would be like just drenched in sweat in my hotel, and it's because they crank the heater up to its impossible heat. That's it. And you go outside. It's so annoying because you have to wear 5 layers to go outside.
And then when you come in.
So if you're shopping, it's a nightmare. You're like on and off and on and off, and it's like, ugh, come on.
No, that's what it was like when we went to Japan. It was great, but when it's cold, it gets kind of warm on the subways because there's a lot of people. And so you'll get in the subway and it's like, oh, I need to take off all my jacket. But then the second they open the door, it's like, no, I need to put on my jacket. So it was great, but that jacket on off is a struggle. It is.
Tell me, in Japan, when you take the train, do they check your tickets? How do they check your tickets?
You like scan something to get into the train station. It's like a little ticket
kiosk
thing. It's like a ticket kiosk. Right. You put your ticket in and then it spits it out on the other side.
So they don't check it on the train. They check it before you get in the station itself.
Or like before you get to a specific part of the station.
Okay.
Right. That's what it's like traveling in Australia. Well, in the local like big city ones. In Berlin, they don't do that. So how many times did I get on a train and not actually buy a ticket? Quite a few. Okay, so yeah, Germany doesn't really have that. And then if you are in the like major cities, well, it's too busy to check everybody's tickets.
Right.
You know, like so yeah. So if you get stuck in Germany, there you go.
No, they're trying to crack down on that in New York, the NYPD. I don't know if you've seen some of those videos of people being extremely violent over like $2 subway tickets. Yeah, go NYPD, right?
Love it.
I'm being sarcastic. Screw Eric Adams. He needs to also go on our predator list because he has a lawsuit. Are we ready for the Lynn says Tupperware is like lifetime products. They last for so long. So why make so much of it? Is what I say. Yeah. You just need one Tupperware forever. You're good, you know?
I know. Yeah.
They just make you think you need more and more. Give it to your friends. Give it to your family.
Yeah.
Give it to your mother.
Yep. do we want to start the show?
I say we start the
Let's
show.
So this podcast is called Let's Do Life by Autumn Calabrese, and the episode is called How to Take Control of Your Life.
Do you want me to do a dramatic reading of the
caption? Sure, do a dramatic reading of the caption. Why not?
Don't let your life control you. It's easy to fall into habits and routines that are not good for us. Learn some tips and tricks on how to shift the paradigm and control your life. Thank you to our sponsors.
Each
Not
and every.
Sleep Number. Not Sleep Number.
I'm sorry, Autumn, you could not be telling people that you can get good sleep through your link when you're yelling at them like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no good bed is gonna make up for Autumn yelling at you.
No.
That is just the facts. I'm sorry.
Real.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see what she has to say, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening to this Podcast One production. Now available on Apple Podcasts, Podcast One.
More by Podcast One. So we got the Charlie Kirk Show.
Cold Case Files?
I don't know who Jordan Harbinger is, and Off the Vine with Caitlin Bristow. Sounds like a Bachelor thing.
Yeah.
But Charlie Kirk.
I don't know who that is.
Isn't he bad?
Yes, he is very bad.
Isn't he bad?
He's not good.
Yeah.
He's very conservative,
Oh.
very right wing. Very gross.
Also, if my sound echoes, please let me know.
Okay.
Because I'll put my earbuds in.
Okay.
No, it won't echo. It won't echo for you, I don't think. It might. Or it might echo for the chat.
Okay.
So let me know.
Yeah, let us
Cool,
know,
chat.
everybody. Thank you.
Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.
Okay, you guys, there is so much more to life than just workouts and healthy recipes.
So quit Beachbody then.
Then why
If
don't you
there's-
make it seem like there's more?
That's her whole social media.
That's everything.
That's it.
Like, that's all she does. She doesn't even really like hang out with her dog. Her dog comes up to her and eats and then walks away.
And I mean, like,
Unless she doesn't record it. But
I'm just saying maybe some of that is behind the scenes, but like how much of her life is behind the scenes? Like she puts everything online.
yeah. Well, echo, aren't you supposed to echo? You're not echoing. This is false advertising, and I'm gonna start. I'm gonna sue.
I'm gonna call HR.
This is all of those real moments, the good, the bad, and the sometimes hilarious things that make life so worth living.
Oh, you're so funny, Autumn. Aren't you just a knee slapper? You know what's so funny? That you're telling me that people can live a life that isn't just working out and eating and all of that, but that's all you tell people to do. You know what? There is more to life. Running your Beachbody business.
Yay! Are you a superstar gold triple diamond yet? You should.
Sorry.
When she went to Disneyland, she vlogged her day
Eating.
of how many calories.
Yeah. I did that once.
Tell me
That was
you're
funny.
boring.
We only did it in response to Autumn
No,
Calabrese.
yeah, no, that's why I'm like, we did that
Yeah.
in response to her video, and I'm just like,
But like that's not how life
it's
is.
not like.
I'm
you're
not
at
saying
Disneyland.
don't record stuff. I'm not saying don't live your life. It's just like
I mean, like, yeah, people do their little food tours at Disney. That's not weird, but it just seems like she was doing it to be like, see, look how little I ate.
yeah.
That's the vibe.
I
I'm
made
getting.
great choices while I was there. Can you say the same about yourself? No, the fuck I can't.
I'm in Disneyland. I want a damn churro.
Sorry.
Not sorry.
And you know what? Since the Disney boycott started, probably not going to be spending a lot of money out there.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I'm able to go for free, but I don't want to be spending tons and tons of money at the park.
Mm-mm.
You know?
Yeah.
So no, I'm probably not going to eat there as much anyway.
Voy a traer mis sandwichitos.
I'll bring I can eat my little sandwiches. We can get food before and after.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just saying, if you're at Disneyland for the day and you have access to the food, why wouldn't you have some of it?
Yeah.
Like that's part of the visits most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, like go and have that specialty food that
Yeah.
you've seen.
It's a whole
Try
part
some-
of
Do they
the
have
gag.
Princess? Do they have any of the Princess and the Frog food?
Yes, they actually just opened something. Tiana has a little.
Tiana has a restaurant now.
It's not a restaurant. It's like a walk-up thing.
Oh, okay.
But it's still really cute. They have some good cornbread. They have some really good cornbread.
Okay.
So
okay.
they are making, because they have like a New Orleans area, and so now they are making that
they're
more
shifting it.
Tiana themed, because the Splash Mountain is turning into a Princess and the Frog ride, and all of that is right next to each other anyway. So yeah, they have beignets and they have mint juleps, and so I think
that's what I would love to try beignets.
Try them
so
in
good.
Downtown Disney though, not in Disneyland, because in Downtown Disney they're better.
They're better.
They're more doughy.
Is Disneyland in Florida?
Oh no, like inside the park versus in Downtown Disney at the same park. Like,
Disney World is the one in Florida.
Disney World is the one in Florida. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not going
if
there.
If you do the ones in Cali, definitely get the ones outside of the park and not the ones inside the park.
Yeah.
The ones inside the park are shaped like Mickey's, but the ones outside the park are way better.
They're better because they're more full and they're fluffier. They sacrifice a little bit of the quality to make the Mickey shaped, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed.
In my opinion, it's still cute. They're still good, but I think they're better outside the park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick hacks.
Yeah, back to Autumn Calabrese.
Oh, God.
How do you live
finally
it?
Found some
This
joy.
is the Let's Do Life podcast with me, Autumn Calabrese. What's
I'm
up?
sorry, she's the last person I want to do life with. I mean, King Leopold II.
The Queen of England.
Like, other than those people, like, Autumn is like at the end of my list, you know?
Yeah.
Her and Claude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to do life with that. Then Doug.
Not with that fucking Dorito ass.
No, shit.
I'm sorry. Did I say too much?
You did.
I'm gonna shut up.
Remember
now.
how he's a Victorian whore.
He is a
showing his-
He's a Victorian whore.
He is a little Victorian whore. He loves to show his ankles.
He loves to show his ankles.
And yeah, Doug uses too much self-tanner. I'm allowed to say that. That's not body shaming. He can take it off. And he's also trying to look darker, which is embarrassing. I'm allowed to say that.
I also think it's weird that people in bodybuilding do that so much. There was this dude from my middle school that I followed on Instagram, and I looked at him on his bodybuilding thing. He was like Corey's shade. And this is a white man. This is a white man with self-tanner to the point where he looks like a light-skinned black man. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's unnecessary.
Is it because you can see the definition?
I think
more?
that's why they
think
do it.
That's it,
but I
but
think
it's
there's
still too much.
I think there's ways to do it before you cross that line.
Like,
I think it's so normalized to cross the line, you know?
Like,
Don't you think that's like deceptive though? Like, because you can like paint yourself.
you can
You know,
make
that's what drag
markers
queens
for an
do.
area,
Yeah.
contour. Yeah, no, I feel like if you did it without that, it would be more of a true tell of like what it looked like. I just feel like it's just very like
It's bordering on blackface.
Yeah.
bordering. And
It
I know
is.
they're not trying to do that at all, but it just leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. I can't say what's racism, obviously. It just leaves me with an icky taste in my mouth that a man that is paler than me should look the skin tone of my light-skinned ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
That
That's
doesn't
weird.
sit right with me.
That's weird. I'm allowed to say that and I'm not body shaming him, right?
No, because he can take it off.
Because he can take it off.
He
Sorry.
can just take a bath, dude. Take a fucking
Take
bath.
a bath. He might need a few baths. That's That's a lot.
Maybe a bit of scrubbing.
Guys, welcome.
Just say knives, apricot scrub. You could use the apricot. Yeah.
Okay, we need to shut up. We need to
We
shut
need
up.
to
This is
stop.
not about Doug.
This is not.
I wonder, he probably has a podcast, doesn't he?
Oh, I bet you he does.
No.
What?
No.
No,
Okay,
Dougie boy.
You know, I'm gonna look to
so.
see if he was on a podcast. You guys pay attention to this.
He has been. I think
Oh,
I've
I think
listened to
you've
one of-
you've reacted to that before.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry, Tish. I have bad memory these
okay.
days, you know.
It's like
After I got the vid
My memory's out the wazoo.
out the wazoo. Okay.
Would you mind turning off the camera for like 2 minutes?
But
We'll
then
be
it's gonna
here,
say
though.
VAG.
Well, we should change it to Gus and Val. So
we love that.
Okay, it says V and G. It says V and G.
Okay, slay.
You know what? I think if we do Val and then we write out and.
Yeah.
Okay. V and G. I kind of like that. I respect that.
To another episode of Let's Do Life. I am your host, fitness and nutrition expert, Autumn Calabrese.
You are our what?
What?
Girl, what gave you the right to say that? Not a certification.
No, just herself. Important.
You are an expert to yourself, buddy.
I'm going to start saying, I'm an expert in having plushies. You could
even say I'm an expert in chronic pain. I've experienced chronic pain before. That means I know what it is.
Yeah.
She's experienced working out before. She's experienced hormone issues. That makes her an expert.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So this is Christina's perspective. I didn't think about the lights. That you want to have some darkness to show definition under the bright lights, but you want to be more orange than brown.
Right.
Interesting. And I have seen some that skew more orange, so that does kind of make sense.
Yeah, but I also have seen some that skew more towards brown, so I'm like,
sorry, Doug skews more brown.
Yeah.
I feel like Tia might screw more orange. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah. But then sometimes they just look dirty.
Right. Are you Tish?
What?
Doug and Tia unplugged.
Doug and Tia unplugged?
It's their podcast.
Look at the dog! Show them.
Are you ready to unlock your millionaire mindset?
Oh, I'm
God
gooped.
damn it.
I'm gooped.
Oh, okay, so they
Autumn,
stopped post. This feels like a sign right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we all need to take this in, okay? Because they stopped recording in 2022. They released an episode yesterday, and we're back. I'm gooped.
We have to react to it.
Damn.
Hey, if Autumn gets boring, we can just switch gears.
Okay.
If Autumn gets
No,
boring.
well, I don't think she will. I think she'll be.
That's true.
You know how she is. She already called herself a fitness expert. Okay, let's just.
Today, we are talking all about taking control. I feel like right now, given everything that's going on in the world, this is the exact topic that we need to be talking about.
And not like, oh, we need to take control of like our health and like, make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and others.
Wearing a mask.
Wearing a mask, not going outside excessively. That could be what she's talking about, but it's fucking not.
It's not.
I've heard so many MLMers saying, especially with what's happening in the world at the moment, be more specific. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Don't pretend to give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. That was a huge criticism of Beyonce's Renaissance film, is that she kind of said, I want this to be a safe haven from some of the struggles of the world. And it's like, which one? Do you mean the pandemic? Do you mean the oppression of Black and brown people at the state of the police? Like at the hands of the police? Do you mean mass incarceration? Do you mean Palestine? Do you mean the genocides that you haven't spoken up about? Do you mean workers' rights and workers' issues? Do you mean poverty? Like, what the fuck do you mean? Be more specific.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, but it's a lot easier to claim that you care.
Yeah.
Without ruffling any feathers if you're being vague.
Yeah.
And that's why they all do that. Unfortunately.
Agreed.
Doesn't mean it's okay. Just to be clear.
I know a lot of fitness and nutrition experts are hesitant to start making claims or talking about certain things when it comes to COVID and the virus. And what I will say is this.
I'm gonna make claims. People don't like making claims, but here I go.
No, let her speak. Let her
fine.
speak.
Sorry,
Let's see what she says.
Sorry.
Let her cook. And then we'll turn off.
I would never let this woman cook for me.
Just let her finish the cook. Let her finish her sentence.
Not a doctor. I am not a licensed registered dietitian, but I have studied health and fitness for the better half of my life. And there are certain things that we do all know to be true and to help us. And so those are the things that I'm going to touch on today. Those are the...
Okay. But the thing is, okay, she's basically saying, we know certain things to be true about health, so here's how you can protect yourself against COVID. Honey bumpkins of oats. COVID is very different than a lot of the other shit that we've dealt with. And you literally just said you are not a doctor. And more specifically, you're not an immunologist. You don't understand the way that COVID would differently impact other people in like.
Yeah, she doesn't get it.
She doesn't get it.
She doesn't get shit.
And that's okay. I'm not trying to shame her for not getting it.
It's not her job to get it.
Not your
job. She doesn't have to act like she knows what she's talking about. That's where I have an issue.
She let her qualifications slip. So she hasn't been fucking updating her like knowledge as she goes. And there's only so much you can learn from professional reading. Like even myself, being an experienced 20-year teacher, I can only take in so much from a book. If I'm going to do it, I need to practice doing it. And you know, like the whole, you have to if you're healthy, you won't get COVID. Bitch, I was
so
like
untrue.
30 kilograms heavier than I am now, and I haven't had it at all. I am not a picture, like I do not have the best health. I haven't had it. So it's not about that. So
no.
You know.
And also, I think people try to make it seem like, oh, I haven't gotten COVID, I'm better than other people. And it's like, that's not true either. People who have people who've been taking precautions are still getting COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very hard to avoid. And that's why we've been asking people to wear masks and to be careful, but people fucking refuse to. And so the most vulnerable get screwed over, even though they're trying to take precautions. So it's not true that if you're healthy, you're not going to get COVID. It's also not true that if you're healthy, you're not going to get sick ever. Our bodies just, like, they're incredible, beautiful things, but they can be faulty, they can mess up, they can screw up. They can have issues, and no matter how healthy you are,
or you think you are,
it's possible. It's possible. You can have a brain aneurysm at any moment. Unfortunately, not trying to scare you. I'm just saying, like, be realistic and don't act like, oh, those sick people over there, they just didn't try hard enough, because that's not true. That's not fucking true. Some people were born that way. Some people got it out of, you know what I mean? Even if they did get it because of decisions that they made, who are you to tell them, oh, well, they should have done better? You weren't there.
You don't fucking know what was going on.
You don't know what was going on in their life.
No.
You have no idea.
Oh my God.
What?
I have some tea to tell you about Cosmo stuff.
Oh!
You know what that reminded me of? You know that situation? Yeah, I'll tell you, Tish, too.
Yep.
It's just a little too personal to talk about on the tube.
Yeah.
Things that I want to talk about
this is just wild that she said, I know a lot of people don't want to make claims, but this is going to be about a bunch of claims because I know what I'm talking about.
I would like to make claims.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm sorry, washing your hands is not going to protect you from COVID.
No.
It's not. Even though, like, that is one of the biggest things that people say, if you want to stay healthy, wash your hands. Okay, not going to help with COVID. Sorry. You know, so a lot of them
continue.
Yeah, I'm not saying
washing your hands, but not with COVID.
I'm not saying don't wash your hands. Please, let's not return to the 1700s and put our hands in our butts and then walk outside and shake someone's hand. Okay, let's not do that.
Shake it with the left hand, with the right hand, because the left hand is the poop hand. Okay,
shut up. Wash both hands. I'm just saying, like, some of the knowledge that we had was not enough to protect us against COVID. Like, that's just the truth. The same thing with HIV and AIDS. Like,
absolutely.
We have a lot to learn in terms of how viruses can affect the body. And just because we have a lot of knowledge doesn't mean that you can tell people this is how you can avoid the next big thing. You might not know. You know? So I don't know what she's going to say. I wonder how... I'm just going to stop this for 2 seconds, if that's okay, because I want to see when this episode was posted, if I can. How to take control of your life. Oh, can you read the date?
Where?
Down here?
It was 7/16/2020. So it was in June
of 2020.
2020.
Oh.
This makes so much sense.
This makes a lot of sense.
Because no one knew anything.
Nobody knew anything.
I know something.
No, you don't.
Come on, no, you fucking
don't. No, you fucking don't.
I was surprised that she even sort of said it so overtly because, there was a big... So that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Comes to taking control. Life feels very out of control for everybody right now. It really...
You can't fully take control of your life either, babes.
Like, there's always going to be extra outer things at play.
Even if you're Holly Hillier, type A, tight ass kind of person, not possible. You could get hit by a truck, wouldn't be your fault. Couldn't control that. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Sometimes some things are just up to chance.
Mm-hmm.
Like me getting COVID and having my life completely ruined for 3 years. Like, I was a very healthy person before.
Healthier than me, damn it.
Yeah, like, and you didn't get messed up at all, and I got my life ruined forever. Things happen, man.
It really doesn't matter what socioeconomic class you're in.
So it doesn't matter. Also, all the systemic bullshit that keeps people down is not an excuse.
Fuck you. People who are poor and who are black and brown are more likely to get COVID because they are not able to take as many precautions.
Mm-hmm. And they have to maybe take a job that's less covered, or
they can't afford masks.
where they actually are put in danger because other people say that, I don't have to follow your COVID rules.
Yes.
In this shop, and it's staffed by minimum wage workers. So what the hell can you do about it? Oh.
And some people can't afford better quality masks. Some people can't afford respirators. People can't afford different things. You can't say, it doesn't matter what your socioeconomic class is. Yes, the fuck it does.
It actually matters a lot, man.
If you want to, you can still empower somebody by saying, hey, you are in a worse situation. There are going to be some difficulties. There are things that you can do. But if, you know what I mean?
But you know what's less empowering? Being like, oh yeah, anyone can do it. And then you try to do it and you're like, fucked. That doesn't feel good. No. I'd rather have someone acknowledge. I'm gonna say but just because whatever. I like having people acknowledge my situation over trying to sugarcoat it and then having it good as shit. Yeah. So really, it would have made more sense for her to be like, you know what? Everyone has their own socioeconomic problems. Some people are oppressed because of their skin tone. Some people are oppressed because of where they're from. All of those things, and that can have a huge effect on their access to things and things like that. But no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Like, that is the most white privilege take.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And this is the kind of person who says, I don't want to talk about politics.
I hate those people.
But then you look at her likes and it's all politics.
Yeah.
Okay. One day you're going to get called out.
It doesn't matter if you're married or single or have kids or...
Okay, yes, it
is
does.
So much easier to get COVID when you have children because children are, dare I say it, disgusting. They're germ sponges.
And people are refusing to have their kids mask at school because they're like, they need their freedom. Do not oppress the children. So they're all getting sick and they're bringing it home to their parents. Like, yes, it does matter. If you live at home by yourself, probably not going to have as much of a chance contracting COVID as you do if you have a partner that goes out, if you have children. Like,
these are all factors, and she's just literally saying it's not. She's not even not talking about it. She's outwardly saying that it is not a problem.
That it doesn't matter, and it does totally matter. Hi, Karina. I hope you're doing well.
Hi.
And I feel like you could, you know what I mean? Like, you have a husband who has to go to work, and you have a kid who has to go to school, and you probably get more sick than you would have if you were living by yourself. Not your fault.
It's just how germs work. We're not trying to blame anybody, but it's just how germs work.
I'm not trying to point the finger and be like, look at you. Like, it's just...
Look at you. You have a kid and they're stinky. Like, dude, it's not your fault.
But you can't tell people it doesn't matter. It totally does. It totally has an impact. Like, somebody living by themselves is going to have a much easier time not contracting it, unless if somebody lives with, like, their parents and their parents' parents, and they all have kids, and they have the cousins living there, too. Yeah. It was made a 3 times in a row in December. He can't wear his mask because of speech therapy. And we're sick all the time. Yeah, I get it. You know, there's some case, and that's why it's important
for everybody
else to wear masks, because there are some situations in which somebody does need to go out, but they are unable to. You know, and people won't do it because they don't care about each other. That's just the bottom line. Hello, RB. You're just on time.
Just on time.
We are not very far into this podcast.
Because
Autumn keeps saying this doesn't matter, and we're like, ah!
Can I show them my new tattoo?
Oh yeah, sure.
I have a new tattoo. I want to show the people. It's in between the biddies. It's a little. So the concept, my 3 ideas were a beetle, a heart locket, or like lock or something of that nature, and then cyber sigilism. And he put them all together, and they're right here. I'm very happy. We can put it in the community tab if you want.
Yeah. And then you also got a spider.
I also got a spider, but it's on my thigh, so I can't show you.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the community tab, though.
Yeah. RB likes your tattoo. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't have kids. I think it's safe to say that we're all going through it right now, that everybody is feeling it and feeling the discomfort of not being in control of your life, right?
Are you just going to keep saying the same thing over and over again?
Also,
do you think it's the fear? Like, are you kidding me? It's not just lack of control. It's like a media campaign that's made you and not knowing what it is and how to deal with it and so on. Like it's not what you're saying. It's a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, good try.
Good try,
Autumn.
I live here in Los Angeles, and things just got shut down once again because numbers appear to be going up. So here we are wanting to live our lives, wanting to do the things that we want to do, but also wanting to be good humans and make sure we do what's best for everybody, not just ourselves.
Yeah, you totally forgot about that, right, Autumn?
Yep.
This is the second biggest wave of COVID since it started in 2020. So let me ask you, Autumn, are you wearing a mask when you go in public? Probably not. I would bet you she's not. So what the fuck happened to all this? You only cared because other people cared and it made sense because that was the socially acceptable thing to do? We only do what the socially acceptable thing to do is anymore?
Interesting.
I also think it's interesting she's saying, we're all feeling this. Hey, Autumn, you live in a mansion. You have stable income. You could probably never leave your house. A lot of people did not have that option.
Nope.
Like, let's just be honest here. You know, we're not all feeling it the same. People who are in more vulnerable positions are feeling it way worse.
You know what this feels like? You remember when all those actors did the video where they were just like, we are the children.
No, it was Imagine. It was Imagine.
Imagine all the pee-pee.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Like, we're right there with you. Bitch, no, you're not.
No, you're not. You're in your mansion. Also, define good human, Autumn. Define it.
Please.
Hello, Riz. Welcome. I hope you're doing well.
I think that's Reese.
Oh,
Reese. Sorry, my bad. I'm not good with names, so thank you. And thank you, RB. Have not stopped wearing masks since the first wave. And if you stop for a little bit, I kind of understand because the government was basically making it seem like it was over.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh my God, we're done. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I start looking at stuff and I'm like, oh, we are not
Wait
done.
a minute. The
Wait
wastewater. The
No.
sewage. Because that's a way that you can see if COVID's going to go up is if you look at the wastewater. So that's
There
what a
you
lot of
go.
people were doing to kind of predict and like let people know, like, hey, if you weren't wearing one before, wear it now.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I understand if you stopped. You know, I'm not trying to say like everybody's a horrible person, you know? I'm just saying try to look at the numbers and try to be careful. And yeah, because a lot of people have reasons, are high risk and need this kind of help, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you're going out and you're coughing, please fucking wear a mask. I don't know why I've had to sit next to
don't go out.
Or just don't go out. If you need to go get your medication or something, then wear a fucking mask. Seriously?
Yeah.
I should not be having to stand next to people who sound like they're on their last lung. Like, what the fuck? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And we have to listen to those that know more than us and that are in charge. And, you know, if they're saying things are shut down and we need to stay home, that's what we're doing. But that's not our choice. We're
Okay.
And
Thank
if you
sometimes
want to be such a good person, then
sometimes we don't get choices. Do you get a choice to wear a seatbelt? I mean, technically, but like if you're listening to the law, then no, you wear the seatbelt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't
like it.
She's kind of like, look, I'm not a sheep.
Yeah.
That's what she's trying to make it sound like. I don't want to be a sheep.
She's got to make sure she doesn't alienate that
No.
section that she knows is highly active in her.
Yeah.
She knows they're there. She knows they're there. Yeah, my siblings' co-workers come into work no mask, but coughing and sneezing. It's like no one has learned about transmission.
Which, like, even if you didn't know about that before,
you know now.
The pandemic, you know now. Like, it's been made clear how that stuff is transmitted.
Yep. And greetings from Brissy.
Hey.
Is it Brissy or Brissy?
Brizzy, yeah.
Brizzy.
Okay.
So that's so fun. Brizzy. Brizzy.
Love it.
I'm over the heat for sure, but autumn seems to have missed summer. But tisk. Tisk. Puns are more welcome here. Thank you very much. That was appreciated. Is Brissy Brisbane?
Brisbane, yeah. Brisbane.
Do you guys like shortening things?
Yeah.
Because people from SoCal love shortening things.
We do. Like, we love a good bevy. We go to the caf.
WeHo, SoCal. Yeah, I know.
We go on the oob.
The oob. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
The oob.
Which is ridiculous because Uber is only one.
No, I call it the oobs, which is the same amount of letters.
The oobs. The oobs. The oobs.
What is it? Macca's, McDonald's. Yeah.
A lot of people have started saying that here now.
Really?
Which is funny.
Yeah, I've heard it from multiple sources.
I'm starting to hear it from Americans because I think they like that Aussies say it. And so now we're starting to call, I'm hearing more and more people be like, let's go to Macca's. Just like that. Let's go to Macca's. It doesn't sound...
pre-boycott.
Pre-boycott. Pre-boycott.
All my homies are boycotting.
My homies are boycotting. My homies are not going to Macca's right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you are, not homies.
I don't go. I don't think I've been in. Maybe I got a strawberry. Oh, sorry. It is the only fast food place that's very close to my school. So I have had like a sneaky cheeseburger in the afternoon with a strawberry shake, you know,
a sneaky cheeseburger. But it's like if you don't have other options, there's a
difference, yeah.
Yes, true.
Being told what to do, and if you're anything like me, I hate being told what to do.
Then why do you like telling other people what to do so badly?
Because she likes to have control.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy because it's like if you're somebody who understands you don't like being told what to do, then why are you so rigid with your people?
Yeah. Like she gets outraged when people aren't. doing the 4-week gut protocol properly.
You're drinking alcohol? Get over it. Get over it.
So yes.
What?
Could you turn off the camera?
Okay. Sorry.
I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I'm safe and my son is safe and my family and friends are safe and the neighbor across the street is safe and the people I don't know. I'm going to do my part. But
are you?
But are you still?
Are you still doing
only
it?
saying that because it was socially acceptable to say?
Do you think her neighbors there, like, looking through the blinds going, what the fuck is that bitch doing?
Like, you don't have to worry about your neighbors even during lockdown because they're probably so far away from you.
That's true. They're probably so
acres
far
away.
with their acres.
They're probably acres away. A hop, skip, and a jump, dog.
If they're not though, I hope that they're acres away because she does like the cold plunge like at 4 a.m. every morning. Can you imagine? You hear every morning at 4 a.m. just like a thunk. I'd be like, shut up.
Can you see the stables? I wonder if the stables are, like totally like.
No, they're. She probably has gossip neighbors. So funny.
that being said, I also know that there are a lot of things that I am in control of. And when the world around us is spinning and when it feels chaotic, we can either succumb to the chaos and sort of fall into it and keep spinning, or we can plant our feet firmly on the ground and sort of hold that position and say, what can I take control of? What can I do to make sure that I feel like I'm running my life and my life isn't being run for me? And
like, that's all fine and dandy, but not everybody can do that. A black person can't just stop being black. An indigenous person can't just stop being indigenous. A person of a low socioeconomical level can't just get more money.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
It's a very privileged.
This is a privileged white lady take.
Mm.
You can't just pull yourself up by your bootstraps all the time, babes.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. They're trying to look through the Venetian blinds.
Venetian blinds. Oh, I'm gooped. I'm gooped.
The Venetian
Not
blinds.
the Venetian blinds.
Every time a package comes in, they're like, "Ooh, what's coming to Miss Autumn's today?" Yes, white savior complex. She needs to save everybody else.
Yep. Her actions save everybody else.
She knows,
just like making this podcast.
Yeah,
well,
she did this for the people.
She sacrifices her access to vegetables to go down to developing nations, even though there's no fresh vegetables in those countries.
There's
none.
There's nothing. There's
not
no
a single
lettuce.
fucking piece of lettuce in the Dominican Republic, and she went anyway.
Yeah.
And she helped so much when she was down there. She climbed that mountain. And she climbed that mountain. That's all she did, actually.
We are the children.
That's actually not.
I'm sorry.
She did go there, right? The Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And like you can only get your fruit and vegetables from Erewhon. I'm sorry. Okay.
She was complaining that there weren't enough fruit, and you look up the main exports from there.
It's like tomatoes, lettuce,
vegetable, like
red onion.
Like, girl,
like there's plenty of veggies that are native to the land.
If you just want to eat Shakeology, just say that.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't bring enough.
What can I do when we're in the middle of a...
Oh, sorry. I said yes to Reese's comment. I saw Hannah's latest video, which is it's like a not-for-profit looking thing, but it looks very suspicious. And Julie
Riz said it seems to promote some white savior ideologies, and that this sounds eerily similar. But a lot of the MLM people kind of do that because they're like, because that's the reason for them doing all this. It's not just so that they can make money, it's so that they can save the world. They have to save the world. And it's like, that's the justification for doing all of the things that they're doing.
Health pandemic to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to put myself in the best position possible during this pandemic. And what I mean by that is, like,
Oh no, is she gonna say people who are heavier are more at risk? So lose weight?
I bet you my left nut.
Is that what's about to happen?
I bet you my left nut.
Is that what we're about to get right now?
I've been taking care of my body, so my body's gonna be nice to me.
I'm not gonna get sick ever because I'm skinny.
Like, okay, good luck with that, bitch. Good luck with that.
Oh my god.
Good luck with that.
Have fun with that take.
Once you get sick, it's gonna suck. Just know that.
This virus has a 2-week incubation period. So, people are going out not knowing they have it, and that's how it's spreading, right? Because they have no symptoms, and they go to the grocery store or they go out in public and they don't know that they're passing it. But we also know that when it comes to any virus, any cold, anything like that,
this is not a can you please not compare it to a cold, because it's not a cold.
This shows that you don't know
anything. I did not have my entire life destroyed by a fucking cold, Autumn.
This isn't the 1700s.
Okay, I know she's just saying any virus, but this is not. Let's not compare it to a cold.
Yeah,
more people are making comparisons to HIV. Because of the way that the virus has been treated and because of some of the similarities. And people are pissed about that comparison. Why? It's killing a lot of people and none of you care. Why are you pissed? Tell me in the comments below why we can't make that comparison. Let me know.
Please
tell me.
Comes to our body fighting illnesses, the stronger our immune system, the better chance we have of fighting it. Okay, that's where I'm at. That's
What makes your immune system stronger, Autumn? What? The 4-week gut protocol?
Also, I don't know if that's necessarily true, because COVID was so, I felt like people who weren't normally sick still got sick. So is there a truth of that? Like, if, she was just saying, like, if you have a stronger immune system, then you're less likely to get it. But I don't know if that's true. I feel like if you have a weaker immune system, you're more likely to get it. But I don't know if having one that's quote unquote strong
is enough to not get it.
Is enough to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's if you have one that's weaker, then yeah, definitely. But that's likely more because of like you're immunocompromised or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the authority to say, okay? Like I said, I'm not a doctor, but what I have the authority to say is what we all know is just common sense and truth, which is the stronger our immune system is, the better chance we have at fighting any virus. Because COVID is not the only virus we're going to come into contact with. Cold and flu season is quickly creeping up on us.
Yeah, and that's why you get the shot. Is she gonna say get your flu shot?
Is she gonna say get your COVID shot? It's 2020. It was a good time.
Well, I don't know if the
had it not come out yet?
I don't think the shots were out till 2021.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
But she could still say get the way to make sure that your immune system is not weak is to get the flu.
Yeah,
is to get the flu.
And we fight that every year, and like I said, it's colds and it's flu and strep throat and all these different things come up that our bodies have to fight. This is why we have an immune system.
That's why we have vaccines, so we don't just have to fight them. We get vaccines.
We had immune systems in, I don't know, the 1500s, but people were dying at the age of like 30. So
yeah, we still had immune systems.
We had immune systems, but we were throwing shits of bucket in the street. Wait, buckets of shit in the street.
Shits of bucket. The shits of bucket.
The shits of bucket.
But it's just why is she not bringing up vaccines?
Yeah, because that's a big reason why the immune systems that we have now are able to handle all of that stuff.
We can't handle polio on our own.
Like
the authority, ma'am. What authority? Who cares?
She really stressed that word. I've got the authority to tell you about this thing that's common sense. Well, we all do then.
Yeah.
Autumn, come on now. If it's common sense.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. She's the worst.
She's the absolute
Autumn. Not the shits of bucket. Is what
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So there are certain things that we can take control over to boost our immune system, to make sure that we have the strongest immune system possible. So what's one of the first things that we can take control over? Well, our sleep, okay? And I'm starting with that one for a reason. I'm sort of starting with like, okay, go to sleep.
It's a sponsor. Because of the sponsor.
Remember the sleep number. Remember, you have the sleep number. Maybe this is all just going to be sponsored stuff. Like, look, you need to take control of your sleep number. You need to be better with your groceries. I have honey, which is a discount thing. Maybe this is all just going to be so that she can connect it to sponsorships. What? You sly little minx.
Sly dog.
You sly dog. I wonder how Beachbody feels about you taking revenue that could be going to Beachbody to some of these other... And neither does Carl, because she makes enough money anyway.
I think I might have to go to bed soon, folks.
Okay, do you want to do like 5 more minutes? Or
I think I'll do a couple more little tidbits. But
okay.
I'm slowly drifting.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, this is all just a huge plug for her brands. She's like, I have authority, but first let me tell you about Sleep Mattress. First, let me tell you about My Pillow. No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine she does the My Pillow sponsor? Oh, man.
And then we're going to work our way through the day from sleep all the way. What can we do all during the day until we go to sleep again? But sleep is very, very important to our immune system. There's a lot of other podcasts I'll listen to, other specialists that I'll listen to, doctors I'll listen to, books that I'll read. Sean's.
Can you tell me some?
Are you going to put any of those sources in the
None of them are in the description.
So, like, which ones?
Maybe she'll say more, but, like, I feel like, if she wants to...
She never tells us her sources. I doubt that she'll say
Let's see. Maybe she'll actually... Let's give her a...
Stevenson is one of my favorites. Okay, I love his podcast.
We got one.
His podcast is Model Health Show. It's an amazing podcast, you guys. If you ever want to listen to that, shout out to Sean. And he talks all about sleep.
From?
That's true. Like, what episode?
Do I have to listen to the whole thing to find out one tiny tidbit of information?
We could.
Why not tag him? Come on.
Just put a link, dog.
And every single one of our podcasts, it takes me a really long time to post them because I have a shit ton of sources. I don't want you just assuming that I'm coming up with this on my own. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to give credit where credit's due. But imagine that. Karina said, look, some of us just can't sleep even with melatonin or CBD or THC gummies, even after some light nightly activities. Wink, wink. We just can't sleep. So mind your business. Mind your business.
Some people have insomnia, babes. I have friends with insomnia. It sucks.
That's the thing. She doesn't bring up these other extenuating issues that could make it more difficult. Like sleep apnea.
She just totally glosses over anything that could potentially be a problem to what she's saying.
Exactly. Like, sorry, I really tried with my sleep hygiene. Didn't fix a thing because I had fucking sleep apnea. And my brain was not getting enough oxygen, so I needed a CPAP, okay? No amount of things that I did on my own were going to get enough oxygen in my brain.
Yep.
You know? Right.
Sometimes things like that just happen, but I wonder if she'll even bring up those things. Probably not.
As a book called Sleep Smarter, and he talks about the importance of our sleep and how much it affects our overall health, not just our immune system, but it can affect our weight loss, and it can affect.
Why are we talking about weight? Oh,
because it's Autumn Calabrese.
You know that she's gonna bring up how
being skinny means taking control of your life.
Yeah, or immune system.
Yeah,
like
overweight people don't have as strong an immune system or something like that. You know?
Okay, would you like to actually give me a source for that, or do I just have to take your word for it?
But she's an expert.
She's skinny.
She's a skinny legend.
You know what? I hope this woman never gains any weight because it would destroy her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Claude.
If she looked like me, she would.
You know what I mean? It would destroy her life.
It would.
Yeah.
And that's depressing. Gaining some weight should not destroy your life.
Like, I can pinch several inches, babe. I don't know if y'all see this, but pinching several inches.
And you are trying to work on getting your weight a little bit lower, but you're not trying to get skinny.
No,
you're just trying to get under 200.
I'm trying to get to like between 200 and 185. And I'm like 208 right now. So that's not like a major
doable.
change.
It's doable. Yeah.
I'm not trying to get skinny. I'm just trying to make sure that, I can fit into my clothes.
Yeah, girl, if you don't sit your unqualified, self-obsessed ass down.
Yep.
Miss Autumn, if you don't. Oh my god, my heart broke today.
What happened?
What?
My physical therapist said, "Yeah, I'm trying these cough drops. My friend gave them to me from doTERRA." And I was like, "No!"
Oh no.
That hurts.
Literally, I hurt. Thank God that I was doing planks, because if I was like to her face, my face would have entirely dropped. But like I was like over here doing my planks, thank God. So I mean, she didn't buy them herself. Her friend got them for her, but I was very sad. I was very sad.
That's no friend.
No. Hopefully it's a friend and not her sibling.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I was very sad. I was like, I'm not gonna correct her. It's called doTERRA, okay? I'm not gonna correct her right now. One day, I have told one of the girls that I don't like multi-level marketing, so maybe she'll tell her. Maybe she'll tell her for me. But maybe I have to stick up and say, look, don't do that. Because I'm sorry, these were essential oil cough drops.
Oh,
yeah.
She's ingesting essential oils.
So you're basically ingesting
I was looking for some stuff to do. I'm going to film a video after this on an adjic, and I follow a couple of accounts that are like agricultural women's help or something like that, and someone was like, "What's a good side hustle?" And I went into the comments because that's the influencer that I was talking about who got bullied by them. She runs that group and she kicked them out of that group. And in the comments she said, "Remember, there's no MLMs or network marketing allowed on this thread." I'm like, yeah, go girl, because there are a few people who were like, "I'll message you," and I'm like, no,
no, please don't. Please don't.
Please.
Yeah, step away from the cop. I wanted to tell her, if I had my brain a little bit more about me and I wasn't in the middle of planks, I probably would have said something. You know what I mean? But I was planking.
I saw that, Karina.
Karina started her home bike workouts. She's very sore. Her goal weight is like 160 because she wants to get preggers again. Good luck.
Let's go. Good luck, Karina. Oh my gosh, maybe we can like check in on each other on our little weight loss journeys and be like, hey.
You can hold each other accountable.
We can hold each other, but not like that.
I'm just joking.
Not a Clown Town baby. My goodness. A Clown Town baby?
Huh?
Clown Town baby?
Why Clown
Town?
I
don't know, like, she's amongst Clown Towns. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Yeah.
We could bless the
she'll
child.
have a baby.
It'll be your baby. We have Corinthians. We have Leo.
Children of the Clown.
Children of the Clown.
That sounds so culty.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Okay. Folks, I think I have to go to sleep. I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out. And Tishy, thank you for hanging out with Val while I go to bed. I hope you all have a wonderful time. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Yay, bye. I'm gonna turn off the camera for 2 seconds, but I'll be back.
Good.
Okay.
Love you.
Yeah, good. Go, Karina. I'm not starving myself, just minding my portions a bit. Exactly. You can just be a little bit more mindful. Yeah. You don't have to not eat anything you like. You don't have to make working out your whole life, just try to find things that you enjoy. They say good night.
Our mental state, but he lists studies and he'll go deep into studies if you want to listen to him. But what I can tell you is studies show that.
Why don't you show us some of these? I don't believe, I'm sorry, I don't want to say that I don't believe her, but why should I just trust her?
Yeah.
Why should I just trust her word for it? Ugh.
Just one night of poor quality sleep weakens your immune system. Okay? So people say things like, oh, you can't strengthen your immune system overnight. But yes, you can. You absolutely can strengthen your immune system by getting good quality sleep on a regular basis.
But the study didn't say that you can fix your immune system with a good quality sleep. It just said that a night of bad quality sleep could be enough to make it bad.
Yeah.
The study didn't show the inverse. Yeah, studies show never divulges which studies. Like, thanks. Thanks. Because, like, it could say something completely different. You could be interpreting it incorrectly.
Yeah, that's right.
Or it could be a biased study. It could be funded by something kind of shady. It could the method could be like, just because there's studies doesn't mean that that is the truth, you know?
Oh, look, knowing Autumn, she wouldn't say anything that is her own thought. She's repeating what someone else said.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. She might as well have said, rumor has it. Rumor has it. You know what F's up your immune system? Not eating enough calories.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's what there was that nutritionist who, oh well, I think she's a registered dietitian, sorry, who had an interview with an ex-Optavia person, and like she basically said, well, that was, you had malnutrition when you were on the 5 and 1, and including brain function
Oh my god.
stops. You get like fuzzy in the brain.
Yeah. Wow. That's wild. And Christina and Alexis are both trying to get more active. Yay! Alexis is trying to get more active post baby, and Christina's working back to get towards the goals. Got there about 30 pounds to lose. Good for you guys.
I've been doing more, like I'm a qualified yoga teacher. I just don't teach at the moment. And I was doing some yoga at the beginning of the year because there's a really good free yoga YouTube channel called Adrian's Yoga. It's
Yes,
really
yoga with
popular.
Adrienne. She's great.
Yeah,
she's great. Yeah, she's
she's
cool.
got a blue healer with her, and except that my dad will like wanted to have a conversation with me like mid Warrior One, or
You're
got upset. He got upset about something, and I had to stop. And I'm like, dude, you just wrecked my like flow. So
like, dude, I was trying to get into it. Oh man,
yeah.
Your poor dad.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, hi, Ryan. Good morning.
Hello.
How are you? Ryan is in Ireland, so usually I only see Ryan when we do streams like 12 hours from now. So nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know if you want to start your morning with Autumn Calabrese, but hey, I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Here we are. We're at home most of the time. Maybe you're not getting as much exercise. Maybe you're not getting as much movement as you normally would. So maybe you're not as tired physically as you would be at the end of the day. Maybe you find yourself up watching Netflix till all hours. Then you go to bed, but your kid wakes up early and all of a sudden you got to be up and you didn't have a good night's sleep. You're weakening your immune system, okay? So taking control of when we go to sleep is really important, and making sure we're getting a good quality night's sleep, like a good solid 8 hours.
Okay, but what if you can't because of your work schedule?
Especially if you work 2 jobs, you know, like.
Yeah. Like, if you have to, like, my mom used to do the night shift. It was almost impossible for her to get good nights of sleep because she would sleep during the fucking day. You know? It was really hard for her. She was able to figure it out, you know, she was able to get some better quality of sleep. But at the end of the day, the only way for her to make it better was to not do night shift anymore. She had to make that decision at some point, you know? But not everybody's able to do that. Not everybody's able to switch over. Like, can you acknowledge that at all? Can you acknowledge other people's situations? Or are we just going to assume that everybody's able to get 8 hours of sleep? What about someone with a baby?
She can't see anything outside of herself, really. Like
No, she can't.
she thinks her experience is the experience of life, and it's like, come on.
Mm-hmm. It's so untrue. Like, there's so many reasons why you'd have to wake up at night. Like, this is a very random example, but I helped take care of a dog over the summer, and she had a UTI. Okay, this poor girl had a UTI, so I had to get up like every few hours to take her out, even when it was nighttime. You know.
Mm.
So if you have like a pet who's struggling with something, with health issues, if you have a baby who wakes up in the middle of the night who won't sleep, like there's so many reasons why it would be hard to get 8 hours of sleep that's like outside of your control. And again, this is all about taking control of your life, but sometimes you have more control when you recognize the things that are out of your control. Is it okay if I go to the bathroom for a few minutes?
Sure.
Should I just make you big so you can have puppy time?
Well, do you want me to wait for to listen to more?
Oh, do you want to listen to more?
Oh, I don't care. I don't care.
Because I can't pause it for you. That's the only issue. So I thought maybe you could have puppy time.
Okay, well, go to the bathroom then. We can have puppy time.
Yay! I'll be quick. Thank you. Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm also proud of everybody for working towards their goals. Yay.
Yeah.
Puppy!
So, Mr. Biggie, he's got a little collar on now because he's running around, and guess how easy it is to step on a puppy? Very easy. So with the bell, at least we know where he is. Although he likes to hide under, like, there's a blanket underneath this table. There's a blanket under there, and he was like in the blankets. But he's got a little bell on his collar, and it's got like a little bear on it. It's very cute. Good night, Karina. Oh my goodness, 2 a.m. Well, that's my normal bedtime at the moment. I gotta go back to work next week, so I need to get back into the swing of going to bed a bit earlier. Yeah. The bell came from my local vets, from the veterinarian. And they've got like a bowl of these cute little bells. Because we went there yesterday. Oh, I had this bell ages ago, but I went there yesterday with Murphy, got his second vaccination. So he can go out into the into wider society now that he's had his second vax, which is for like parvo and things like that. So I think we would have had parvo already if it was at this property. Which is a bad way to lose a dog. Parvo, yeah, the parvo virus. What else? So Mr. Biggie, he is 4 weeks old now, and he wants to play, and everybody's been pretty good. Not like Mr. Smalls, who we lost recently, which was very sad. Yeah. Oh, I feel that, Ryan. I hear Val. Can I hear Val?
Sorry. Yes. I was trying to be quiet. My bad.
I know,
Okay, we're back.
they do grow. They grow really, really quickly, and like when when they start wagging their tails, it's very like, because you know that they're reacting to you, and it's like, oh my God, it's so cute.
They're getting big. Oh.
Yeah, and he
Mr. Big.
understands. Hey, Mister.
Hi, Mister. Do you want to
He's
listen to
very-
Autumn Calabrese? No. Too bad. No, I'm kidding.
His teeth are sharp, I'll tell you.
Wow, look at him. He's a strong boy.
When you go to sleep, you guys, not going to sleep with the TV on or your phone on or other devices on. This is a big one. There's a lot of different studies that talk about how the blue light of the TV affects our sleep, and we don't go into our REM sleep. And
see, this is not wrong. Unfortunately, I have heard 30 minutes before bed. Try not to use any devices. But again, some people have jobs where they have to be constantly on the phone, where they have to be constantly checking emails constantly. So some people can't do that. Also, some people who struggle with sleeping can really only fall asleep if they have the TV on. So it's like, would I rather not fall asleep, or would I rather fall asleep with the TV on? You know? Again, not mentioning, it's like she just mixes a little bit of truth and a little bit of lies and a little bit of graham cracker in between. Yep. Yeah, I have to have my phone on because I listen to white noise, or I hear everything in my house and it keeps me awake.
Fair enough.
Like, there's a lot of reasons why somebody would have their phone or their TV as a sleep aid. So, yeah, I don't disagree with this, but she should also acknowledge, yeah, it can be a sleep aid for some people. Like, some people need it, you know?
As deep or as fast or stay in it. So not having your electronics on, this was a big habit I had to break because I just got into a bad habit of turning the TV on and sort of falling asleep to it as white noise. So instead of falling asleep to the TV as white noise, I just got a white noise machine. I don't do it off my
Okay, what if someone can't afford a white noise machine on them?
Yeah, because there's a bunch of like white noise that you can get on YouTube and stuff like that. So,
because she's saying I'm not doing it on my phone. Well, some people already have the phone. They don't want to pay for the white noise machine. Like, yeah. Lynn says some people may be too stressed and need to, for instance, play some Sudoku or solitaire to wind down.
And that's what it is. It's like, because I would read a lot on my tablet, and it is a winding down. It's, yeah, maybe it affects the eyes, but it's still a winding down tool, as Lynn was saying.
So I guess if you're able to maybe put it a little bit before you start going to sleep, so maybe like 20 minutes before, then you brush your teeth, then you get into bed, so if there's any way that you can structure it a little bit more so it's a bit farther out from when you get into bed, then that might help. But if you can't, you can't, and you need to sleep, and if that's the only way that you can sleep, then do it.
What's brown noise?
Brown noise is another kind of noise. I don't know what the difference is, but
Okay.
I think I like that one more than the white noise. I think white noise is like, ugh. And then brown noise is like, oh, okay.
Well, I think I have tinnitus or tinnitus.
Oh, the ringing? Oh, no!
Yeah. I'll look at too many loud concerts when I was and loud music when I was younger.
Yeah, that'll do you.
So, yeah, I can sleep now without anything on, but it doesn't really matter either way for myself. Like, yeah.
This is pretty funny. Why would you need a machine for a sound wave? Has she ever heard of a speaker?
Yeah.
Look, she needs the machine, okay? It's a special machine, like the Kangen machine. That needs to be their next thing. They need the white noise frequency.
Oh
no, you know what? You know what you need to sleep? You need the olive frequency. You need the
I was just thinking that. No, you need the
olive.
the dope tree. The dope tree,
I think they called it hemp.
Oh, yeah.
phone because I like to move my
Oh, I guess white noise is all frequencies are equal at all amplitudes, and then pink is all are equal at all octaves.
Okay, thank you.
Lynn says rain sounds or thunderstorm sounds help me to not hear the tinnitus.
Oh,
interesting.
Maybe that's why I like rain and that so much.
Because it kind of helps distract you from the sound. Okay, that makes sense. When I used to have a really hard time sleeping, not so much anymore, because I sleep all the time. But when I couldn't sleep, I would listen to this podcast. It's called Bedtime Stories, And so it's like it's supposed to be like bedtime stories for adults. So she reads it through twice, and the second time she reads it a lot slower.
Oh.
And like I would always fall asleep by the second one. The first one I'd be like, okay, this was a nice story, and then the second one I'm like, like she would lull me right to sleep. Ooh, Lynn listens to Epic Thunder and Rain. Lasts for 2 hours. And for Alexis, the brown noise is less shrill sounding than the white noise.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I know a friend. She loves the brown noise. She has it on all the time.
Phone away from my bed. But I got a white noise machine, so I'll just play that to fall asleep to. If you've got a fan in your room, you could turn the fan on. That helps. That's white noise.
I don't know if a fan is gonna. Am I wrong? Does the fan help from some people?
Yeah.
Really?
I that's why I used to have the air conditioner on all of the time. But not so much now, but previously, like I used to be like the princess and the pea. I'd have to have the exact right conditions to fall asleep. And I mean, that was when I was in active addiction as well. So, you know, like that was part of it. So now it's different, but yeah.
And somebody said, what's the reading channel called? I just looked it up. There's a few of them, but the one that I like, it's called Nothing Much Happens. Bedtime Stories for Adults. And I'll put the name in the description, and not in the description, in the chat right now. Oh no, I used to do movies, but then my cat bit a hole in my laptop screen. Cats are so naughty, those little fools. But Ove listens to an audiobook. Oh, I like that. And you know what? I do like that Spotify has the thing where you can put a timer for your podcasts. So it's not just playing all night. I love that. Yeah. Oh, also, dear Autumn, does your partner like the white noise, or are they forced to endure?
Who knows? I don't think she'd care, to be honest.
Does she have a...
I don't know.
I don't mean that disrespectfully. I've just never seen her with somebody, right?
Yeah.
But
I haven't seen her with anybody either.
But that's something that she should mention. If you have a partner, maybe tell them that you need some help. You know, with the sleeping, and see if you can find something that works for both of you, you know? But of course, why would she mention something that could help someone other than her?
Not having the electronics on, having white noise to go to sleep, picking a bedtime and sticking to that, going to sleep at that time.
Again, work. Some people have to work. You can't do that.
Yeah. I would never, ever wake up early if I didn't have to. I fucking hate it. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. So it's sometimes you can't do that. And I get it. These are not horrible things, you know? Like, this is what I was told when they told me try to fix your sleep hygiene, right? Like, these are some of the things my doctor told me. So I'm not saying that these are horrible suggestions. I'm just saying she could at least mention, acknowledge some of the problems with these suggestions, you know? Why somebody might not be able to do that. My doctor knew that I didn't have a nighttime job, so she was able to tell me without making any kind of, you know, but this lady's doing a podcast. She's trying to tell as many people as possible.
I have to go and get a snack. I'll be back in a second.
No problem. Is it okay if I keep playing it, or do you want me to wait?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you keep playing.
Okay, cool.
All of that is going to come into play. Quality of sleep and our sleep in general, is one of the most important things we can do to take control and start to boost our overall health and our immune health. The next thing that we're going to talk about is self-care in general. And so many things come into play when we're talking about self-care. So sleep comes into play, activity comes into play, like exercise, rest, relaxation, having fun, having interaction in some way. Like, all of these things come into play. Having a good spiritual practice, any kind of spiritual practice, you guys.
You don't need to have a spiritual practice if you don't fucking want to. Heads up. If you find absolutely no use in a spiritual practice, then live your fucking life, dog.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do, then do it. But it's kind of weird that she's just saying, here's a good way to do self-care. Have a spiritual practice. For some people, that's like the opposite. That would actually be very triggering for them. Oh, thank you. I've got Val and Gus on the phone and Tish on the computer. Oh, thank you. I just threw my phone when trying to put it down. Accidentally took a screenshot. Scared myself with the phone and threw my phone onto my keyboard. That's a very Lynn moment. If anybody in the chat doesn't know Lynn, that's Lynn. Okay, and we love her very much. It's hard for me to take screenshots now. I have a very cute new phone case, which I love, but it is a little bit harder for me to do the screenshots. So I don't know why I had to say that. I'm sorry. Nothing to do with anything. It's fine. It's fine.
People ask me all the time if I'm religious, and I say I was raised Catholic, because I was raised Catholic, made my first communion, went to the Catholic school up until 6th grade, went to church every Sunday with my family, but I find that I'm more spiritual now.
Again, that doesn't mean that everybody has to be spiritual, Autumn.
I am not shocked to hear that she is Catholic. Catholic guilt. She's a professional.
She is the physical embodiment of both Catholic guilt and early 2000s diet culture.
Ooh, yeah.
That's her. That's her. I just, like, there's something so specific about early 2000s fat phobia. Like, I know it was worse previously, you know what I mean? I know that wasn't the worst time ever. But like,
size zero, Jesus, you know?
That, like, it's so harmful and we're still dealing with it 20 years later. Yeah, spiritualism is a very personal thing and everyone has their own levels of it, and that's fine. If for you it's not a self-care practice that you want to partake in, then no.
This seems like for her, because I've never really heard her talk about religion, that she's trying to put her finger in every pie to say, you know, like, I'm appealing to every single person, because she knows at this time there were a lot of people who were searching for meaning and life, you know, and advice. And it sounds like she was just being the vaguest of vague to get people to come to her, you know?
As many people as possible. As many people as possible. And that's why she's not being too controversial yet. That's why she's being super vague and drawing with huge, broad strokes. That's why. So ridiculous.
That's what I say, is that I'm more spiritual, but I definitely have a strong spiritual practice. And my faith and my things that I believe in and my things that I lean into.
Is your spiritual practice yelling at fat people? Is that it? That's not very spiritual. What do you think her spiritual routine is, Tish?
Something to do with anointing oil.
For
some reason.
Yeah, vague, but I'm still getting a very privileged vibe. Yeah, she's trying to be vague and speak outside of herself, but she can't. She can't.
When life
and Riss agrees that she's definitely playing into the vaguity.
Gets really hard. So all of these things are a part of self-care.
Again, if you don't want to be spiritual, don't.
I don't think spiritual, like what your religion is connected to self-care, really.
No.
I don't know.
She's making it very vague.
I suppose
I feel like she's also one of those people who would hate self-care culture.
Because it's too, like, you listen to your vibes and, you know, like, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. So, yeah.
It's too soft and it's too unstructured. Yeah, the fear-mongering to develop a connection with her audience when parasocial relationships just happened to grow more when we were going through the big sick, as I call it, unfortunately. Yep, the big sick.
Mm.
Yeah, Vagity Fakity. Vagity, that should be the name of her podcast. It rolls off the tongue a little bit better than Let's Do Life, don't you think?
Definitely.
Again, now I'm gonna jump around a little bit because we're gonna come to exercise as another part of taking control of your immune system. But self-care in general, so having that good spiritual practice.
Again, if you do not want to have a spiritual practice, you don't have to.
She's stuck on it.
She's very stuck on that. And that's just weird to me because I feel like that would be the opposite of self-care. If you're somebody who is not spiritual, maybe even has had some difficulties with organized religion in the past, wouldn't that be like the opposite of taking care of yourself, triggering almost for some people? Like, you can say, this is what I do for my self-care. For me, my spirit, you know what I mean? And then we would all shut up. We'd say she's just talking about her experience, but she's trying to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And she needs to at least say, this might not work for you because of XYZ, but she's not. Yeah. Vagity Fakity with Autumn Calabrese. A much more apt description. Rolls off the tongue.
Maybe you've stepped away from it. Maybe, again, with all that's going on in life, it feels very hard to lean into it. Now is the time to take control and to lean into it.
What if you don't want
to? This is interesting. I've never heard her push.
Me either. This is so weird. I've never heard her go this route before. I wonder if she got some backlash from it and decided to step away from that. I wonder.
Yeah.
Because this was, I wasn't really paying so much attention to her in 2021. I don't think I really stuck on to anti-MLM until 2022. Like mid-year. Yeah, Autumn's title should have been Let's Do My Life.
Totally.
Yeah, that would have been, at least I would have been like, look, this is about you. Even people that do want to be more spiritual, some struggle to find meaning with how the world can just wear you down, and it could be more stressful to try to force it. I completely agree.
Especially if you're not as privileged as Autumn, like it's easy to concentrate on your spirituality when you live in a mansion, have millions of dollars, have money in the bank, etc.,
Yeah.
job security, your child is healthy and goes to it, she's got so much, so you can spend time on your spirituality and exploring that. But some people are just busy trying to survive.
Yeah, exactly. And then some people, maybe they are in like an okay place in their life, but like in terms of like finances and stuff, but they went through something really traumatic. Like, they're not going to want to lean into that unless, if they're, not everybody. Some people might need that. But for some people that might be almost worse. Like, I'm not going to like say details because this is, personal private information, but I have a neighbor. He's Muslim. He was very devout for a long time, but he went through something really traumatic with his family. And after that, he was like, I was doing my 5 prayers a day. I was adhering to all of the tenets, and things still went wrong. So he's not as devout anymore. It doesn't mean that he's completely abandoned his faith, but he's not as devout anymore. So again, for him to do the 5 prayers a day, it might be easier for him to step away from that for a little bit. That might not be self-care in that moment.
And spiritual abuse exists, yeah, it's so personal. Like that's the thing. This, like you're talking about, let's do life. This is way too personal for you to be guiding people through it. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. Way too personal. And all of this under the guise of self-care is just so weird to me. Like, she might as well have just made this a spiritual practice section, because she's not talking about the other things as much. She's stuck on this.
Taking time for you, especially studies are showing right now that because people are working from home, they're actually working more than ever because you're at home.
I've heard a lot of people say the opposite.
That they're actually getting a better quality of life because they don't have the commute, that, they're able to be a little bit more relaxed in their working environment.
Yeah, they don't need to work as much. Huh. Like, okay, hold on.
Which study?
Yeah,
Again.
Tell us the study. You can't just keep saying studies are showing. Which ones? Because then we can look for ourselves and see the efficacy of those studies. Not all studies are made equal. They're not. Some of them are like the Awakened study. That was boof and had like 10 people in it. Wonder what happened to that company.
Home. There's nothing to do. That computer is there. That phone is there. And so we're not unplugging from it, and we're working till all hours of the night. It's no longer cut off at 5 or even 6 p.m. It's 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m. We're checking emails. We're responding to emails. It's the second we wake up. So we're working all day long, and we're not unplugging and taking that mental break for ourselves, and that can start to wear us down. So
you know who doesn't get to take a mental break? Independent contractors in Beachbody. Because they don't have a 5 o'clock shutoff time.
No, all the time. Before pandemic, pre-pandemic, post-pandemic.
Yeah, that sounds like an MLM. Why is she saying it's a bad thing to work 24/7? That's what you encourage people to do in your multi-level marketing company. You wouldn't make any money if people didn't work 24/7.
You'd be so confused if you were in her downline.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do? Oh, something that's really interesting, and I want to look more into the case law to see how much it would apply to multi-level marketing. The Biden administration apparently unveiled some legislation that would make it so that if employees are, I'm not sure which way it was. I think it was either if companies are dependent on the employees or vice versa, they need to be employees. They can't have them as independent contractors anymore.
Oh, wow.
So I need to look because that sounds obviously like it would apply to multi-level marketing, but these fuckers love loopholes. These fuckers love to lobby and love to make sure that they're not a part of it, especially because I've been seeing people talk more about like Uber and Lyft than multi-level marketing. So I want to look at it. I want to take a look at it, see if I can glean anything and see if multi-level marketing would be exempt or not. But that is something that is coming up.
It sounds like something where they would be loopholing it, and like you technically you have to sign up as an employee, or like, and it's well, if I'm an employee, where's my health benefits? Where's my like what do you guys call sick leave? Paid time off,
Paid
PTO.
Time off. Yeah.
Like where's all that? Where's
my actual salary?
Union?
Yeah.
Union salary? Yeah.
No. Yeah. I don't think MLM people would like that very much.
Nope. Yeah. Probably Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan says the way that MLMs try to frame themselves is everybody has their own small business rather than one business. So I want to look because in some ways it seems like it obviously would apply, but also because of the way that MLM is so entrenched in the United States, I wouldn't doubt that there would be some kind of loophole, if not already made for them later.
Yeah.
But I think we should keep an eye on it. Speaking of case law, I'm going to put something in the chat really quickly. Depending on where you are, it'll either be tomorrow or today. I think technically today. So Thursday, January 11th, the International Court of Justice is going to hear a case against Israel regarding the genocide of the Palestinians. And if you are able to go to the tweet that I linked, there's a template so that you can write to the justices. They have the emails there, and you can just let them know. We've seen a lot of horrible headlines. We've seen a lot of horrible things come out of Gaza, and that it's important that we as the international community stand against this. And I'm also going to put one more thing. I have, if you want, you can include this. It's a database with genocidal intent. There's over 500 things in there, and you can put that in the email just like as more proof. So if you're able to do that, it means a lot. You don't want to be looking back in 20 years when it's a popular opinion to be against this and to think, oh shit, I didn't do anything. You know, even if it's as all that you're able to do is an email, you're doing more than some of the people who have power. So yeah. Let's go back to Autumn being terrible, shall we? Oh, no problem. Oh, yeah, I wanted to share because I know not everybody's on Twitter. So
it's a part of your self-care. I know we can't go get massages right now. I was enjoying getting my nails done, although I think the nail salons just shut back down.
How did you start going back out to the nail salons in July? You weren't staying home? Because, sorry, from March all the way until, like, late 2021, I was pretty much on very strict lockdown.
All those are privileged things to get anyway, like in normal life. Like, come on.
Yeah. Really? You needed to go out and get your nails done? That was essential? Fucking ridiculous. Unless, look, I know some people, I'm one of those people, I really struggle with cutting my own nails. And so I probably will need to go to the nail salon to get my nails cut when I'm older and when I'm not living in the house, you know? And that's not going to be like, oh, I need to go get my nails done. That's going to be, I need some extra help, right? Unless you're in that position, you do not need to be going to the nail salon. You just don't. No. I'm not saying don't ever do it. I'm just saying, like, at this time when she was doing it, it's especially not okay.
Something as simple as that. But you know what? You can do your nails at home. You can soak in the tub. I love to use my foam roller as like self-massage. It's self-myofascial release. So being that I can't go get a massage, that helps release the tension. All of these things.
Why do you have tension if you work out so much, Autumn? You shouldn't be in pain.
Self-care. She's just trying to, you know.
She's riding the popular wave.
I think she's heading towards like, and also exercise. You know what I mean? Like she's building up to exercise, right?
She's look, I predicted her earlier. I think she's gonna try to tell us that we all need to lose weight. So I think that's where she's trying to creep to. If I'm wrong, I'll be surprised. I will be surprised.
Come under self-care. And then, like I said, even things like having fun with friends. And even if you can't go interact with them, picking up the phone, calling people, not losing that human connection. I don't know about you guys. I know I'm tired of Zoom. Like, I'm so tired of Zoom. I'm tired of seeing people's faces on Zoom. I want to see them in person. But if I have the choice between seeing them on Zoom or just not having social interaction at all, then yes, I want to get on Zoom and talk to people. So,
I'm glad she said this though, because I think sometimes people think like, oh, well, you're trying to be more careful. You have no social life. You don't want to talk to anybody. It's like, that's not true. We can connect to each other on our phones. We can do FaceTime. We can do text messages. We can do Zoom.
Also, I think that probably MLMers, if I was in an MLM, I'd be sick of Zooms as well.
Yeah.
God damn. Like they are that, you know, that would have been an awful time.
Mm-hmm. Because they're doing it like 3-4 a week.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like, oh, you're going on Zoom every once in a while to see your friends. It's constant, and it's exhausting.
Limit your social interaction or engage in your social interaction in any way that you can that keeps you safe, keeps other people safe, makes you feel comfortable, but still allows you to have that human connection in some way because we need that. So we're taking care of our sleep. That helps boost our immunity. We're practicing self-care, all those things, you guys. Stress has such an impact on our immune system and the way we handle stress.
What if we can't because we have anxiety?
Yeah.
Like, I need medication. Sorry.
Medication? Yeah, that's what I would suggest as well. Just keep taking my medication.
I also love that when she's talking about keeping yourself safe, she's not talking about vaccines. Because she mentioned the flu earlier and colds. We have vaccines for those at this point. I know that at this point we didn't have COVID vaccines, but we had vaccines for the flu. So she could have mentioned vaccines, masking. None of that is being mentioned here. And I think it's because, huh?
I think we had the COVID vaccine by 2021, didn't we?
No, this was in 2020. This was in July 2020.
Okay.
So I think we had it
July 2021.
No, July 2020.
Okay.
So I think by that point we did, but by the time she recorded this episode, we didn't. But she probably doesn't want to get into vaccines and masks because they're more unpopular than some of the other things that she's saying here. Self-care is a lot less controversial for whatever reason.
Can really impact your immune system. You don't trust me? You don't believe me? Look it up. So self-care.
Or you could just give me a study.
Look it up. That was aggressive. Just look it up.
Just look it up.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, you could have also given me some reputable sources, but
where?
Whatever.
Look it up where?
I'll go on Bing. God.
Is one of those things that can really help you manage your stress. And if you're managing your stress, then you're going to help strengthen your immune system. And we are all stressed out right now. We're watching the news and we're seeing what's happening and it's scary and we're working from home, or maybe some people aren't able to work from home and they're not able to work at all. So you don't have your job right now and the kids are home and, you know, it sounds like they're not going back to school anytime soon and everybody's going to have to be homeschooled, and all of it is stressful. If we don't find a healthy way to manage this stress, not only is our immune system going to be shot, our mental sanity is going to be shot.
I mean, can I be mean for a second?
Sure.
Thanks, Captain fucking Obvious.
Yeah.
That's like you have like the weather report in front of you and she's like, breaking news, everyone, it's sunny. It's like, Autumn, I have the weather report right. I can see that it's, but I am telling.
We know.
Like, thanks, Captain Obvious. I didn't know that if it was stressful, I needed to try to manage my stress. I'm so... Like, if we ever sound like this on our podcast, just saying stuff that's just too obvious to be saying out loud, then please leave us a comment, okay? We will end the podcast. I'm kidding. We'll end it there if we get that comment. I'm joking.
So taking those little breaks, whatever they are, go outside, get to walk in the sun. You guys, vitamin D is so good for you. The sun is a natural virus killer. I'm not telling you to go.
Is it?
The sun is a natural virus killer.
Is that true? I don't know. How? If anyone knows in the chat, please tell me, because I feel like I'm not. Am I dumb?
Am I the one that's missing something? Because I don't feel like I've ever heard that before. The reason why you can't get COVID as easily outside is because of the transmission of air. It's not because of the sun.
Oh, I did not know. I don't know. And she said it so confidently, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. And no source, no nothing to prove that the sun is a virus killer. UV radiation only.
Thank you.
Thank you. God. Autumn. I need the Beyonce line. Give me something. Yeah, it can also be cancer. The sun can also give you cancer. You need to wear sunscreen.
And I do like being in the sun, but sunburn, which can lead to cancer, it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Poor old Peter Mon. Did you see Peter Mon coming back from Mexico? He's
I felt
red as
the
a lobster.
one day he forgot to wear sunscreen. Poor man. Yeah, Autumn. What? What?
This podcast.
I want a shirt that says that. The sun is a naturous viral killer.
She hasn't said anything in this friggin' whole podcast. Like,
no, we're 13 minutes in. We haven't gotten anything.
uh,
Go out in public where there's a bunch of people. I'm not saying go expose yourself to a bunch of people, but don't be afraid to go outside and go for a walk. Get the fresh air, move your body. Those things are a part of self-care. The sunlight.
Some people actually don't have fresh air where they live because of pollution.
also, maybe sometimes you should listen to your doctors if they say don't go for a walk. Like, if you get some sort of procedure, Autumn, where a doctor says, don't go for a walk, don't do that. Because she doesn't listen to doctors when they tell her to do that.
Nope. Because there's never a reason to not go on a walk.
Mm-hmm.
It boosts our immunity, being outside that fresh air instead of sitting in the stale, static air.
Again, some people don't have fresh air. Like, people in, like, have you seen the air in China? The level of pollution?
Hmm.
And a lot of people have it like that where they are. And I know some people might laugh at me when I say this, but it's true. Environmental racism affects communities. And where black and brown people will end up closer to the facilities where they have sewage waste or the landfills, and their air is the one that ends up getting messed up.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
not gonna
that's
mention any of
true.
that. Yeah.
True.
Some places had orders not to leave their houses at all.
Mm.
Yeah, in Argentina, you could only leave if you needed to do like construction work, like something broke in your house and you needed to fix it, if you needed to get your medication, or if you needed to get groceries. That was it.
Yeah. We
That
had
was
that
it.
for like maybe one or 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
but not for very long.
Yeah, they had it for a while, but I think it was like because they were in a big city.
Yeah.
Of your house, like all of that helps boost your immunity. We have to do these things. We have to be cautious, but we still have to live. So don't be afraid to go.
That's probably what she would say to me now if I asked her if she's not wearing a mask.
What about the
say,
people
"Well, we have
who
to live."
died? What about those that died?
Yeah, what about the people who are permanently disabled because of COVID, like me? What about those people? Fuck them, right?
Yeah.
You gotta live your life.
You gotta live.
You just gotta live.
Well,
Yeah, just go out and get fresh air and move your body. So easy. So easy, right? Like, some people also live in very unsafe areas where they can't just go on a walk.
or yeah, they're in an area where they are in an unsafe area at a certain time, and that's when they get home from work. So they can't go for, like they're limited to when they can go for a safe walk. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Living my life requires not getting sick and dying. Thanks.
yeah.
So fucking
It's pretty
like
important.
like, I'm sorry, I would rather have a good quality of life than F it up and die in my 20s so that I can go clubbing. It's not worth it. It's not. It's not. Okay, so there's a map called Air Visual, and it has a detailed map of the air quality index. And even then, people who live through those kind of conditions sometimes still have to wear masks outside.
Yeah. And a lot of people, like, there's a few people who just wear a mask out of courtesy, and a lot of people enjoyed the mask because then they didn't have to interact with people as much, and that could be a good way of especially if you encounter anyone who says, "Oh, why don't you give us a smile, sweetheart?" How about go fuck yourself,
How about you can't tell, huh? I really liked it because no one could see if I was like mouthing the words along to a song. Because
Oh,
no one can tell, So it's
yeah.
just like, yeah. I moved to an area that's industrial, so it's all factories and semi trucks. No walks for me unless I'm going somewhere specific. But apparently, your situation doesn't exist, Ove. Apparently, we all live like Autumn Calabrese. We can all, because she said at the beginning, we can all do this. This is not dependent on where you live or your socioeconomic background or on your situation. Not at all.
Great.
Okay, well, you're wrong. How about that? Do you want to maybe do like 5-10 more minutes?
Yeah, yep.
Because I think I do want to hear her say the thing.
Exercise, jeez.
Say it, Autumn. Tell me I need to lose weight. Tell me.
Yeah. Say it.
Say it.
Outside, keep your distance. Don't go in. I'm not saying go into a crowded area, but if you can go for a walk around your neighborhood, walk around the block, wear your mask. Again, keep your distance, but get that sunlight, get that fresh air.
Again, some people don't have fresh air or sunlight, What if you live somewhere that's like entirely cold all the time and it feels dumb to go take a walk, I guess Ryan also liked mouthing the words of songs. I'm not glad I'm alone. I'm glad I'm not alone. Oh, your city went on a tree cutting frenzy, so you haven't been on a walk in a mile because it makes you sad. Oh, that's so sad. I hate how the cities hate trees. Like, bruh, you have like one per block. It's like, come on. Sad shit.
That's going to help boost your immune system as well. And it all kind of falls under self-care. And then the next thing I want to talk about is exercise. So we're taking control of our sleep.
We did it. We made it, everybody. Okay. Potential fat phobia here. Potential, most likely. Let's see what she says. We did it, everybody. We did it, folks. We did it, Joe. The only good thing to come out of that election. Okay, let's go.
We're taking care of our self-care. And now we are going to talk about exercise, because exercising does help our overall health. And the healthier our body is, the healthier our immune system can be.
She kind of said it. She kind of said it, right?
So if you're healthy, you won't get COVID because you've got an immunity. Your immune system will be better.
Then tell me why my skinny ass got COVID then.
And I didn't.
Right. If skinny equals health, then why did I get sick? The worst out of everybody in my family. Tell me why. Tell me I look pretty, Autumn. I want to be skinny like you. Tell me.
Oh, she's the worst.
She is the worst. God, that I'm still thinking about her writing paragraphs about a bikini. Like, okay.
And like, obviously, you guys, I hope I'm preaching to the choir. I think we all realize that moving our bodies has major health benefits. And
what if you can't because you're disabled?
Yeah.
Again, fuck those people, right? Fuck people who have limited mobility.
Out of sight, out of mind for her.
Yeah.
I'm sure she never sees disabled people in her life at all.
No. Because she sees them as somebody who shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like if they were doing something different, they wouldn't be in that spot. So I don't think she sees them as their reality. She sees them as what they should be, which is eugenicist. But
again,
all right, is Reddit gonna yell at me for that? Tell me.
And given the fact that we are at home, gyms are closed, we're not being able to go to parks and beaches and things like that, all the normal activities that maybe we would be doing this time of year, it's very easy to get stuck sitting all day, stuck sitting on your couch, stuck sitting in front of the computer, stuck sitting on your phone and not moving your body.
What if you're not able to, Autumn?
She's not describing herself either. That's
No.
not her.
No.
She would never do that.
She would never do that.
It's a criticism. This is an absolute criticism of other people. This is an accusation from her because we know that she would not be doing this. And she's trying to make herself sound like, we can often get stuck. You don't do this. We know. We know.
You don't do that. Sent you the live reaction to what she said on Discord. Oh, I will be watching that later, right? Thank you. Oh, man.
And that's just not good for us in general. We need to keep our heart and our lungs strong.
Oh, wait, here it is. Here it is. Say the line, Autumn. I want to talk about exercise. Yay!
That's what I thought of too.
We did do that, didn't we? We did do that, didn't we? Oh, man, that was funny. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for that.
And we do that by aerobic activity. So you don't necessarily have to, it doesn't have to be crazy exercise. I mean, I'm all for lifting weights and crazy killer cardio because that's what I like.
How many weights can Autumn even lift?
Yeah, true.
Because, like, my friend has not been weightlifting for very long, and she's already picking up, like, 150, 200-pound weights.
Oh, wow. And I mean, Erin Bees is a beast.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, my friend, like, she's always been, like, active, but she's never, like, been ripped like this, And it did not take her that long. Not saying it takes everybody not that long. I'm just saying Autumn's been doing this for so long. What can she lift?
I don't often see her lifting. I cannot recall. Maybe like a little hand weight or something, but
maybe
I
like the 15-pound weights, which again, if that's what you can do, that's totally fine. But why is she trying to act like, oh, I love lifting weights?
Yeah.
I don't
She's
see
a
you lift
cardio
weights.
for sure.
Yeah, she loves to do workouts that make no sense, that look ridiculous. Like beatbox. No, not beatboxing. What are those? Like breakdancing. She loves the breakdancing moves. That's what she likes.
The 3-move crazy thing with a
with
band
the sliders
around the
and the bands it's like it's too many things. Just pick one. Just pick one.
I thrive on that, and the more I do, the more I want it. It can be something as simple as taking a walk, maybe going for a bike ride. If you got steps in your house, climb the steps a couple times a day.
Again, for some people, that's not simple. Like, it was very hard for me to start exercising again because I have no energy and everything is tired and in pain. So you obviously don't want to exercise. So no, it wasn't easy for me to go on a walk. I'm glad it's easy for you, an able-bodied woman.
Again, she doesn't have a thought outside her own experience.
Yep. And it's like if you're gonna be doing a podcast like this, you have to. You have to be able to think outside yourself and to think of other people's experiences. And it seems she's almost incapable.
Yep.
Go out in your backyard and play tag with the kids.
What if you don't have a backyard?
Yeah.
Not everybody has a backyard.
An apartment, whatever.
Yeah, some people have like mobile homes where they only have the area around them. Like,
right. Again, work schedule, you don't get home at the same time as the kids or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, what if you don't have kids?
Yeah, I'm not going to go and chase kids.
Go find some kids to chase. No, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
I want them to go away.
I will chase the boy. No, I'm joking.
If you can, you got to figure out some way to move your body. And if you're in an apartment and there's not a lot of
oh my God. I was not expecting her to say that. Wow. She thought of the people in the apartment. I'm going to give her one clap for that. Ready? Good job. Thank you, Autumn. We've been waiting for that for the entire 15 minutes of this podcast. Thank you so much. Woo! You got one brownie point. Oh my god.
Base. Look, body weight exercises are fantastic. You can do squats, you can do lunges, you can do push-ups, you can do crunches.
These are all things I cannot do. Like, I can't. I physically, if I tried to do a crunch right now, that would be the end of the road for me, personally.
I can, but I don't want to.
Like, it's just not gonna happen, you know?
No.
I don't know. Let's not all act like we all have the same ability. Like, not everybody can fucking do a push-up.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Push-ups are fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can do jumping jacks, you can jog in place, you can do high knees. There's a million different workout programs on Beachbody On Demand. I've got 9 of them, and not all of them require equipment, or some of them require.
Wow. Right out there. I was not expecting that.
Check out our exercises on beachbody.com. That's beachbody.com/on-demand.
That came out of nowhere. There's no link. There's no mention of her working for them. Like, bitch.
Came out of nowhere.
Sneaky.
She's a sneaky little minx. I said it earlier.
Can you go back 10 seconds? Because she said something else. She said, I've done 9 of them, I think. Oh, she said something after it.
Okay, let's see what she said. Yeah, get out, Autumn. You're fired. Someone get the Donald Trump clip. You're fired. RB wants to learn how to do body strength exercises. I'd have to work up to them, but form is important, and I don't want to hurt myself. I also have limitations. Yeah, and those are good things to think about. And so, you know, working up, doing other things that you can before you start, and maybe the first few times that you do it, have somebody watching you and helping you out. Because like you said, form is important.
Jen Barriso on Instagram, she they'll like any of the people that we sort of know will give you free tips, I'm sure, like on form. And if you say, hey, what's a different way of doing a lunge or whatever, I'm sure they'd you know, reach out and give you some free tips, you know.
Yeah. And then if you want more advice, their programs are affordable and they try to have things of different scales and stuff. And yeah, Jen is really helpful. She'll do stuff with you online too if you're not able to be in person. Because that is one thing that kind of sucks if you're like not able to go to the gym. But it is nice that you have somebody where you can like send the video to, and then they can say, okay, here's some things that you can fix. So let me find her link and put it in the chat real quick, because she's great.
You know, you can do jumping jacks, you can jog in place, you can do high knees. There's a million different workout programs on Beachbody On Demand. I've got 9 of them, and not all of them require equipment, or some of them require just a set of dumbbells. So you can do something like that, like log on to Beachbody On Demand and follow along. Follow with a workout program. Having that program is what is going to keep you on track. And then
Wow. So she's got 9 programs. That's what she's trying to say.
9 programs. And she's basically saying that doing it structured like that is going to keep you on track. Well, there's also people on track,
and then keep your immune system up, and then you won't get COVID. Beachbody prevents you getting COVID.
Yep. Yay! Thanks, Beachbody.
You're welcome.
Woohoo! God, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's so ridiculous.
I'm a little bit gobsmacked. It was so overt, to be
honest. Me too. And I thought that I'd listened to this before, so I thought that I knew what was coming, but I'm clearly surprised by some of the things that are happening here. Yeah. I was not expecting her to talk about religion, spirituality. No. I think that was the biggest shock for me.
Yeah, the religion one came out of nowhere.
Yep. Do you want to do like 5 more minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Because I think we got to the exercise bit.
We did.
She basically said Beachbody will help you get skinny, and you can be healthy. Cheers. Wow. Autumn, what you sly little minx.
Or taking control. You're taking control of your movement. You're taking control of your exercise. That's the beauty of Beachbody On Demand, and I'm not trying to make a big pitch here for it. Obviously, though, that's where all my fitness programs are, and hundreds of others with other amazing trainers as well. But when you have a program and something to follow, and it helps set a schedule for your day, that gives you one more thing to be in control of. Like,
Shameless.
Obviously, this isn't going to be a big pitch. Obviously. What the fuck?
Shameless. That's
So
like the thing I
shameless.
did with Kelsey Ray the other day. She
Yep.
said, I'm not salesy. She said, I'm not salesy, and said, share this out, share this out, share this out, share this out. I'm like, fuck off, you're not salesy.
Sure.
Like, oh.
Like, I can say all day long that I'm not obnoxious, but the truth is still the truth will come out, okay? And same thing here. Same thing here. Yeah, this entire podcast is a plug. And yes, you are. This is a big pitch, Autumn. Stop. Oh my god, this is so funny. Go to beachbodyondemand.com with hundreds of workouts, none of them by me, and they're amazing, obviously. And I'm not making this a pitch, but obviously, if you do it, it's gonna help. Let me also say, there's plenty of free workout playlists. So, like, if you need something structured like that, they have like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4.
And catering for difference, not just for thin people who are thin. Like, that's all she really cares about.
Yep. Yeah. Has Autumn ever thought about like wheelchair yoga? Probably not. There's a whole community out there of people who do wheelchair yoga that are amazing and incredible and want to make it a space for everybody. Not only people who like don't have use of their legs, but also people who can't use their legs all the time. You know, it's a very opening and welcoming community. They want everybody to be able to try it. And that doesn't feel like what Beachbody feels like. They only want everybody to try it so that they can all look the same at the end.
Oh, yeah.
I talked about this on a previous episode about how I schedule out my day every day. It keeps me feeling sane. Like, okay, I'm getting up at this time and breakfast and I have my workout and here's where all my phone calls are happening and here's where my self-care is happening and this is what time dinner is happening and this is what I'm doing with Dominic and da-da. Like, my whole day is scheduled out. And having that plan makes me just feel a little bit more in control of my day. So,
but not everybody can do that. Again, you have a lot more control of your life because you're a rich, white, skinny lady who has full control and ability of her body.
Mm-hmm.
And no mental health issues as far as we know.
I know. I'd suspect maybe some disordered eating / body issues, but that's about it, you know? Yeah, she always, I mean, the privilege is obvious, like, absolutely. And
she just has a very hard time seeing outside of herself, and even when she tries to do it, she doesn't fully, you know what I mean? Like, even when she was like, oh well, you if you live in an apartment and you can't go outside, just do push-ups. It's like,
also, ultimately, just do Beachbody.
Yeah.
Because you can do it in your apartment.
Yep.
Like, that's where she was heading. She don't give a fuck if you do body weight exercises. She wants you to sign up to Beachbody.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
And they would have had an increase at the time, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh
Thinking,
yeah.
oh well, if I have to pay for it, then it must be good. And it's not. It's the same. It's this, and usually it's worse. You know, like looking at how she tells people how to exercise, it's terrible. Brianna Jewel exposes that, and Jen exposes that. Like, bad. It's bad out there.
Yep. And just very privileged, and just the whole spirituality thing really was weird too, because she doesn't really bring that up ever.
No, she
And
doesn't.
it kind of felt like she was trying to push it, which doesn't really I don't know. That was weird. That was weird.
It wasn't just like a one and done, one comment and done, you know, like she harped on it for a bit.
Yep. Well, thank you, Tish. This is so much fun.
Okay.
Thank you. What's the next video that you're working? You said you were gonna film something after this.
Enagic.
Ooh, expose them. Expose them.
I'm gonna look at a bunch of banners because for some reason on Facebook they have all these headers, like you know their Facebook header, and they're terrible. So I'm going to like compare. You know, it's going to be the battle of the banners, and
the battle of the banners. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
We love that.
And then Kylie did a live at the beginning of the year, and it's like you know about the business,
Nice.
the business. So yeah.
You know she's got to kick it off strong for 2024.
Yeah.
Flies so close to the point and yet misses it entirely. Love being here today with everybody. I'm glad you had fun. But please, God heavens, this low-calorie body is not healthy at all. Nope. I would steer far clear. Have your friends steer far clear. And don't listen to Autumn. Just don't listen to Autumn.
No.
Our next episode of our podcast is going to be out soon. So if you don't follow us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, it's the XYZ podcast, and it's in the description of both of our videos. So go check those out. And also in the description is something where you can message the justices of the International Court of Justice for tomorrow's hearing, and it's very important that we get the word out. Yeah.
We have bingo on Sunday / Saturday, Sunday.
Yep,
If
9
you have
p.m.
any
PST.
top fails. It's top fails. So if you have any top fails, you can email us.
Yes. Either of our Instagrams, either of our emails. Yeah, or you could even like give us a name and then we can look through there.
Yep.
Well, thank you. This was great. We really appreciate it. Have a good one, everybody. And don't join Beachbody, especially, but any of these.
Yeah. Do life on your own. Do life on your own.
Yes, do life on your own terms, not Autumn's. Yay. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.